Yuan Bingyan posted a selfie on the hot search, and posted the same series of images as Cheng Yi. The first couple is out of the circle again. Among the many collapsed cafes, tax evasion and tax evasion can be regarded as relatively light in terms of banning. Celebrities who had accidents before and after dying was blocked all over the internet either kept their social accounts. Activities in the country are not allowed, but you can go abroad to make movies. Either the account is not affected at all and can continue to share life with fans. The latter is about Yuan Bingyan. Yuan Bingyan was in a good mood and posted a selfie, which easily made it into the hot search. The bonus of Li has a great influence. After the tax scandal broke out last year and the crew of Fox Very Little Matchmaker temporarily returned the product, there have been signs of her coming back. First, Huanru, the agency to which she belongs, did not delete her personal information. Afterwards, the two dramas to be aired were repeatedly rumored to be airborne, even insiders. They all have the intention of helping her faintly, and the famous screenwriter Yu Zhang not only posted a photo with her, and praised her for doing charity in a very low-key manner, after the traffic of various topics has soared. The deity finally came to express his opinion after a few days since the beginning of the year. On March 8, Yuan Bingyan, who hadn't shared her updates with fans for a long time, he generously posted his selfie. The sun was just right and the warmth was right. Under the natural light, Yuan Bingyan smiled slightly and looked at the camera. The eyes are full of gentleness, and the style of taking pictures is not far from what she disclosed on her account before. It is also in line with her sweet sister image on the screen. In addition to taking selfies, she also posted a little bit of herself when dancing and playing. As soon as this news came out, she immediately appeared on the hot search, judging from her personal popularity. She has no new works online for several months, but she still has traffic. And the reason why there are so many people supporting her after the house collapse incident. Probably because the public is too heavy on her Choose Zhuangji filter, and the popularity of the first couple was not overshadowed. Yuan Bingyan and Cheng Yi posted the same series of images on the same day, and CP fans were excited again. It is almost impossible for the first-time couple to fit together. After watching the performance of Xiangsha dramas in the past 2 years, I realized that Li really lost in marketing. Today's dramas can become hits with just a few fans. As long as the data report is done well, you can applaud how many fans the protagonists have attracted. And Li, which was launched in 2020, was broadcast on Kuching and Mango. The daily activities and announcements are not very good, even if the repertoire is very up-to-date. Step by step to the position of the popular model, it is still questioned that it is not popular enough. Facts have proved that whether it is Yuan Bingyan, who is softly banned, or Cheng Yi, who is developing rapidly now, the dividends that Li brought to them are obvious to all. If they hadn't played Shu Zhuangji and Yu Sifan, according to their subsequent drama, it is estimated that they have not yet become popular. Because they were promoted from the third and fourth tiers to at least the second tier, it was the first time that Yuan Bingyan and Cheng Yi, who were on-screen couples, worked together. It can be said to be full of freshness. With the deepening of the show, CP fans have also become a huge group. This time Yuan Bingyan updated after a few days, expressing her joy with Taeyang's emoji. What's interesting is that Cheng Yi then posted the same series of moons. Combined with Yuan Bingyan's dynamics in the past 4 years, she expressed, "The moon embracing the sun is great in my dream." In an instant, so the elements are piled up together, and many CP fans say they hit it. The name of the first-time couple, once again out of the circle. Of course, the excitement of CP fans is the excitement. Judging from the current situation, the two protagonists will not have the opportunity to be on the same stage again. Cloud Singing Club was already in a state of tension, but now the woman is deeply involved in scandals. The man's personal development is just right. There is no need for two former colleagues to work together. So, do you think Yuan Bingyan's promotion this time is simply sharing her daily life, or preparing for her comeback? 02. Yuan Bingyan is bubbling to test the waters, and the negative public opinion is still there. In fact, the outside world has misunderstood her tax affairs. Yuan Bingyan has rarely been bubbling recently, posting a news and attaching several beautiful portrait photos. In less than an hour, it received hundreds of thousands of likes, which shows that Yuan Bingyan's popularity is still there. It has not been affected by the silence for more than half a year, which will help the normal development in the future. Being active on social media this time, Yuan Bingyan encountered negative public opinion as expected, such as tax evasion can come out, really awesome. The words between the lines are full of irony, dissatisfied with Yuan Bingyan's public bubbling, as if she must retire from the entertainment circle. Negative public opinion is a major obstacle to Yuan Bingyan's normal comeback. There is no way that the entertainment industry these days is governed by negative public opinion. As long as an artist has negative public opinion, no matter whether the matter is true or false, he will directly become a risky person and his development will be directly restricted. Karma can only be passive and low-key. In addition to Yuan Bingyan, there are also naked typical cases such as Iozan and Yang Kangxi. They have all suffered from negative public opinion. Negative public opinion made Yuan Bingyan change roles, retire from the crew of Fox Very Little Matchmaker, the only two business cooperations were forced to terminate, script invitations fell off a cliff, and so on. This is not good for Yuan Bingyan, who became popular at the age of 28, and her stamina has not kept up. In fact, the negative public opinion is a misunderstanding of Yuan Bingyan from the outside world. Her tax incident is not so serious, and she will not be classified as a bad artist. The outside world has certain misunderstandings about Yuan Bingyan's tax affairs. At that time, the topics Yuan Bingyan was notified were Yuan Bingyan Company was fined 970,000 yuan for tax evasion and Yuan Bingyan Company was fined 1.63 million yuan for tax evasion. The intuitive feeling is that the nature of Mulan and others is different. They have not reported tax evasion and tax evasion, and the subject is completely different. This is also the direct reason why Yuan Bingyan can stay in the entertainment industry. It is not her who evades taxes, but her company. Later, Yuan Bingyan's studio issued a statement. The first article emphasized that the punishment was due to the company's failure to fulfill its withholding and payment obligations in a timely manner, and pay the relevant taxes in full and on time. The statement made it very clear that the penalty was due to failure to fulfill the withholding obligation, not simply tax evasion and tax evasion. To sum up, Yuan Bingyan's tax incident is essentially a failure to fulfill the withholding and payment obligations, which has nothing to do with tax evasion. What is convincing is that, on the website of the Chongqing Municipal Taxation Bureau of the State Administration of Taxation, the reason for Chongqing Lian's punishment was that it should have been withheld but not withheld, and it was not tax evasion at all. The incident was classified as an ordinary tax administrative penalty. The word ordinary is worth noting. Tax evasion is not ordinary, it has two natures. Secondly, the State Administration of Taxation for tax evasion and tax evasion will make a notification, and the search and punishment personnel will have corresponding records. For example, network anchors Peng Rong, Su Guaheo, etc., their tax evasion records can be searched. You can search for Yuan Bingyan, and it will display sorry. Couldn't find what you want, and the result of searching for Chongqing Lian is the same, and there is no relevant record. It is enough to show that Yuan Bingyan and her affiliated companies are not involved in tax evasion and tax evasion incidents, and are simply ordinary tax penalties. On some major news release platforms, such as CCTV News, Xinhua News Agency, etc., searching for Yuan Bingyan also yielded no relevant results. Once again, it shows that Yuan Bingyan has no problem, and the outside world is making a fuss. Finally, according to laws and regulations, the legal basis for tax evasion is Article 63 of the Tax Collection and Administration Law of the People's Republic of China, and the specific provisions are omitted. The legal basis for failing to perform withholding and payment is Article 69. The nature of the Yuan Bingyan incident is the same as that of New Oriental's failure to perform the withholding and payment obligation in a timely manner, and the basis for punishment is Article 69. Then New Oriental does not count as tax evasion, and Yuan Bingyan naturally does not count. From a legal point of view, Yuan Bingyan Company and Yuan Bingyan herself are not involved in tax evasion, but they have not fulfilled their withholding and payment obligations. Therefore, it is unfair for the outside world to classify Yuan Bingyan as a bad artist who evades taxes. From the beginning to the end, the punishment did not involve tax evasion and tax evasion, and it was not involved at all. It's just that the uproar of public opinion has affected the normal judgment of most people. In the end, only Yuan Bingyan was the one to suffer, and she was labeled as a bad person for no reason. After the incident, a marketing account spread rumors that Yuan Bingyan changed her legal person on her arrest day, questioning her background. In fact, the news is not accurate, there is no such thing at all. Yuan Bingyan changed the legal person on June 30, 2022, as evidenced by the change record. That day was a normal working day. and professionals say that it takes at least 15 days to as long as 1 month to change the legal person, and it is unrealistic to do so in 1 day, so there is no need to even think about it. Some people also spread rumors that Yuan Bingyan's other companies also evaded taxes. After checking Shanghai Bingyan Film and Television Culture Studio, there was no tax-related administrative penalty. The deregistration was also done 2 years ago and has nothing to do with this tax incident. Yuan Bingyan's tax incident has nothing to do with tax evasion and tax evasion. There is no relevant judgment in the law at all. It is all outsiders echoing what they say, which affects the development of the situation. In theory, Yuan Bingyan can come back normally, and then pay attention to tax issues.